Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you will be seeing this on Monday, the 30th of October 2023, I believe. Now, I don't know if any of you have noticed, but I quite like to do something book or magazine themed on a Monday. It's just something that's kind of stuck and something that I'm really enjoying. Well, last week you got a magazine Monday and next week you will get a magazine Monday. So this week I thought I would hop on and do another episode of Label My Library. Now this is a fairly new segment that I have introduced to the channel. I do have a couple. There is a playlist. I'll leave the playlist down below. And it is where I pull books off of my shelf, or magazines off of my shelf, my pattern library, as you will, and I go through them with you, and I get post-it notes and label the 3 that I must make from that book or magazine. That way, every time I have the opportunity to start a new whip, I can go to my library, see that some of my books have been post-it noted, and I can pull one off and make one of the things that I am super keen to do. It will also mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, that Manfa does eventually get around to using the wealth of patterns that she has, because besides the physical books I have on my shelves, guys, I have hundreds of patterns either saved to my phone or printed off and put into ring binders. I have patterns out the wazoo, and I am always adding to my pattern stash, and I'm not going to be feeling guilty about that, guys, because you never know what you fancy making next. And because I haven't got the time or the confidence at the moment to start designing my own things, I rely on designers and pattern writers to give me beautiful instructions of how to make all the things. And if you're anything like me, you want to make all the things, you just don't have the time to. So I am never going to stop adding to my pattern library, because it is just so wonderful to have a plethora of patterns to choose from, to have options, to see what mood I'm in, see if anything grabs me, see if I'm inspired to make something, and get a little bit creative with it along the way. And I love, love, love my pattern books, and I will be buying pattern books for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to have to dedicate a room to pattern books at some point in the future, because I just love them so much. They are physical, in my hand, right there for me to use. I'm not having to switch between screens or tabs on any device that I'm using. They are right there in front of me, and I absolutely love to have a physical pattern in my hand. Now, I will watch tutorials. I have watched tutorials. They have their special place in my heart as well. But when I can just crack on with a paper version of a pattern in my hand and not have to rely on my device to watch a tutorial, you know, stop, start, pause, all the things, then that is my preferred way. But I do use tutorials. I'm very thankful for tutorials, and those of you that make tutorials, keep going, because there are times I need you. There really are. And I, like I said, haven't got the confidence, the time needed, or even the knowledge of where to start with doing that myself. But never say never. Maybe in the future, guys, when I'm not having to work so much, when the kids are older and don't need me so much, maybe the sands of time will shift and change and make it possible for me to do so. But for the minute, I am going through my library that I have home here, my personal library, and I am trying to spur me on into using these wonderful tools that I have at my fingertips. So I have already been talking for 5 minutes and I haven't even shown you the book that we are going to be labelling today. Now, this is a fairly short book. It was given to me in Happy Mail. No, I have not made anything from it yet, hence why I'm going to be labelling it and hopefully kicking my butt into gear to make something from it in the near future. But there are only 8 patterns, so I am going to show you all 8 patterns, and then I'm going to choose my top 3 of the ones that I really want to make at some point in the future. Now, it is an Annie's Crochet booklet, and I'm going to call it a booklet because it's not quite a book, but it's not quite a magazine. It's somewhere in the middle, so I'm going to call it a booklet. And like I said, it was gifted to me in Happy Mail, which I am so super grateful for. I love any Happy Mail that you guys want to give to me. Now, apologies, I already need a drink, but I am very dry when I gab. And you know Manfa waffles and can waffle for England, so just bear with. Wet me whistle before we go through the book. So I suppose it's kind of a booklet, but I'm not going to put it under the booklet playlist because this is specifically for Label My Library. It's just you get a bonus booklet intertwined with it. So, year-round gnomes. And I know there have been other content creators that have featured this book on their channel as well. I know some content creators who have made things from this booklet already. But Manfa is behind the times. It is still a book in my library that I haven't yet featured or I haven't yet labelled. So that's what we're doing. Every book I own will eventually be in one of these Label My Library. So be warned, guys, I have got quite a few books to go through. But we're going to do this one today. Like I said, Year Round Gnomes. It's by Alyssa Sartori. There are 8 mythological creatures to add a touch of whimsy to your home. Now, they're all gnomes. Who doesn't love a gnome? I know several of you out there watching love gnomes. And when I do make these, I could enter them into Nova Gnome Creations Gnome of the Month. So, you know, there's 8 entries into Nova's Gnome of the Month before I even start. So I could have participated for the last 8 months, but I haven't for various reasons. And if you don't know Nova Gnome Creations, she is absolutely fabulous and one of my dear friends. I love her completely. Now I'm going to go off on a tangent about Nova. We'll get back to the book in a minute. Bear with, you know what I'm like. So Nova, she does tutorials, yarn hauls, she has created amigurumi off the top of her head, just freestyled. She has done freeform crochet. She has done like the run up to Halloween before, the run up to Christmas before. She does Gnome of the Month, which is if you make a gnome at the end of the month, send her a picture and she'll do a little video montage at the end of the month showing everybody's gnomes that they have made for that month. She does Community Spotlight. She does that every Friday pretty much. So whatever you have made that week, if you have finished it, send a picture to Nova and every Friday she'll do a video montage of everyone's completed makes. And it can be anything from wearables to amigurumis to dishcloths and washcloths to key rings, keychains, whatever you want to call them. Anything that you have made. And also the beauty of Community Spotlight is it doesn't have to be crochet. She is willing to accept any crafty creation that you have done, from painting, diamond painting, sewing, knitting, crochet, digital art, drawing, colouring in, clay modelling, pottery, whatever craft medium you use. If you have a completed item that you would like to show to fellow crafty people, bob a little email to Nova Gnome and she will do that video montage pretty much every Friday. And you will get an audience that appreciates your talent, your creativity. They may get inspired by what you're making. You may add to their to-do list, which is brilliant. We're always looking for stuff on our to-do list. And you get the love and appreciation of people that understand the time, the effort, the artistic license you might have had to put into it. You know, we all have those people in the real world where you go, look what I made. And they're like, yeah, good for you. Brilliant. Whatever. And they don't mean to be rude. They don't mean to kind of make you feel a little deflated. They just don't have the passion behind it like we all do on these YouTube streets. So if you need a pick-me-up, if you need like-minded people to tell you how fabulous your creation is, get your pictures into Nova. And just all round, Nova is a gorgeous human being. I am so lucky to be able to call her friend. Anyone that's got Nova as a friend is a super lucky person, and I love her with all my heart. She has done so much on her channel that I can't even begin to list it all, and she has time for absolutely everyone. Oh, and another quick thing that she's doing a community blanket. She's asking if you are able, no pressure, only if you can, if you want to make a square. I think it's up to 5 you can send, but if you want to make a square and send it to Nova, she's got a address on her channel. She will include your square in her community blanket, where she is making this big blanket of all of our squares, so all of her Yarny friends and family are in one place and cemented into this community love blanket that she is making. So if that is something you are interested in, make sure you send a square to Nova, because that is what she wants to do. And just go check her out anyway, because she is funny, she is quirky, she is, oh, just everything I am not, but in a good way. She will colour her hair whatever colour she fancies. She wears really colourful makeup sometimes, and her glasses. She has like 6 different pairs of glasses that she coordinates with her outfit. She is just a ball of colour and energy and enthusiasm. And one thing that she does really push on her channel is that we look after ourselves. We need to look after ourselves. Mental health, self-care is really important, and she encourages you take moments to do that when you go and visit her. So if that is also something you need, Nova's the person to give it to. Anyway, this is supposed to be labelled my library, not Love on Nova Fest. But because I have mentioned Nova, I will put her channel link down in the description. Go over and check her out. You will not be sorry. You will not be disappointed. And you will be kicking yourself that you haven't been there already. But never fear. There's plenty of videos you can go back and watch and boost her watch hours. I mean, we're never going to say no to that. Anyway, Nova, if you're watching, mwah, love you, honey. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. And you may or may not, Manfa can't promise anything, you may get a few of these in your Gnome of the Month in the future. But like I said, I'm not promising. You know what it's like. 1,000,001 things to do and not enough time to do it all. But yeah, go check my friend Nova out. She's ace. Okay. Oh, she's a really big fur baby mum as well, and her hubby Caleb is super adorbs as well. So just, whole family is just precious. So, year-round gnomes. Let's get into it. So, you have table of contents down here where they tell you the 8 gnomes that are inside with some beautiful photography. And the first little gnomie is Bixley, and he obviously has a holiday theme, a Christmas theme. So there is cute little Bixley. Absolutely love the candy striped hat. Love the fact that his beard isn't brushed out. So there is festive little Bixley. The next Nomi friend in here are, or 2, Lorenzo and Esme. Now these are Valentine themed, and it's going to be really hard to show you without giving away the pattern, and the lighting's going to be, there we go. So Lorenzo and Esme, the cute Valentine couple. One with a beard, one with pigtails. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, Valentine's isn't really a thing that Mike and I celebrate. We don't need one day of the year to tell each other we love each other. I mean, no. But if you're into Valentine's Day, that is absolutely fine. It's just something that we don't do. Now, the next little cutie is Pascal, and he is obviously going to be for Easter because he is all jazzed up like an Easter bunny. There's even eggs at his feet. So he is super cute and adorable. Now, we do celebrate Easter, Mike and I, but it's mainly for the children, and it's not in any religious meaning. Mike and I are not religious, but we have no problem with those of you that do. We are open-minded. We are non-judgmental. We, love everybody equally, whether they are religious or not. We are non-religious, but, we do the Easter egg hunts for the kids and, that kind of thing. So, I mean, who doesn't want an excuse for chocolate? And I don't mean that offensive to those of you that Easter has a completely different meaning. But for our household, in just all purposes of being honest, it's all about chocolate, guys. So, the next little lady is Blossom, and she is obviously spring themed because these are all year round gnomes, guys, don't forget. And she is just adorable. I love her little wavy pigtails. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see her working out in your garden, encouraging the spring flowers to come up. There is cute little Blossom. Okay, next we have Suki, and Suki is for Halloween, which is the holiday at this present time. In fact, you're watching this on Monday. Halloween's tomorrow. I don't think I can whip her out before tomorrow, but So here is Suki, the witch gnome. She is absolutely adorable. I love her. They've even given her a little broom prop there as well, which is fabulous. And her stripy tights. I mean, I'm here for it. Then we've got Carmine. Now, Carmine is for autumn or the fall, because he's got himself a little pumpkin. Let's do this. There he is, got his little pumpkin from his pumpkin patch, about to celebrate fall and autumn and Thanksgiving and all those things. Thanksgiving isn't a thing here in the UK, but I appreciate that those of you across the pond do celebrate. Now, the last one is Daryl. And Daryl, I just think, is a little winter gnome. And I am not fully bending this book. Do not come for me. I am not ruining my book. But I cannot show you pattern. So, there is Daryl. I love the plaid of his little body jacket. I love it. And he's got quite a tall little hat there. Another unbrushed beard. Love it. So, I have shown you all 8, and now it is down to me to pick my top 3. Well, I'm not even going to turn off this page because Daryl is one of the top 3. Because I just love that plaid, that checkerboard look. So, I want Daryl to be one of my top 3 that I make out of this book. So, Daryl is a winner for Manfa. They are all super cute. I am limiting myself to 3. I wouldn't have asked for the book or, if I didn't want to make all of them. But I have got to make these videos, a nice time to watch, not hours long because I can't decide. So I've limited it to 3. They are the top 3. And when I have done the top 3 of all my library, and I'm laughing because I don't even know if that's achievable, I can go back through and pick another 3 at a later date, right? Until the whole book is done. We all know how I feel about getting a whole book done. Title of the week, Thursday. Anyway, so Daryl is a winner. So I've got 2 more options to pick. Now, Suki the Witch. She has to be in my top 3. I really do love her snazzy stripy tights. Or, what's the other word for tights? We call them tights. Something hose. Lady hose? No, that doesn't sound right. You put your underwear on and then you wear some sheer tights under a skirt. The long, stretchy... Let's see if Siri knows what I'm talking about. Hey Siri, what are other names for tights? Pantyhose. Lady hose. What am I chatting about? Oh my goodness. Pantyhose might be what you know them as. Yeah, pantyhose. We call them tights. It's a little bit of a fun fact, and the fact that I goofed up and called them ladyhose when they're pantyhose. I am so sorry. So yes, Suki is my second choice, and then my last choice, I'm sorry guys, it has got to be Bixley because Christmas is my favourite time of year. So Bixley is in my top 3. Now, I was struggling to choose between Blossom and the Witch, but the Witch won because she's super cool. So there we have it. Thank you for helping me label my library. Thank you for spending this time with me. So once again, we have got Bixley. We have got, oopsie, Suki. And we have got Daryl. And just for the purposes of giving you a thorough look through this book, after the patterns, they give you a stitch guide with picture, diagrams, and the words needed to explain it. And there are metric conversion charts here at the back, inches into millimeters and centimeters, and then you've got the yards for meters, yards, centimeters, inches into centimeters, inches into millimeters, inches into meters, centimeters and inches. So there we go. And what's this at the bottom? Let's have a look. Knitting needle conversion chart between Canada and US and metric, and then the same for crochet hooks. So in the Canada and US, a size 6 knitting needle is a 4mm. Who knew? And then Canada and US, so a 6 or a G is a 4mm. Who knew? So you've got all of that handy dandy information at the back as well. There we go, my camera did refocus, thank you very much. And just to clarify, this is written in US terms. It would be because it's Annie's Crochet. Do check out Annie's Crochet, guys. They have some wonderful, wonderful resources and things on there. And I really, really like their booklets and pattern ideas. So there we go. There's my year-round gnomes all ready and labelled for when I want to start working from it. So I really do thank you for your time, like I said just now. I am going to let you get going because it's been over 20 minutes. This is the brand new start of a brand new crafting week, so I hope you get a lot of crafting time and you make all the things that your heart desires. I hope that you are on track with maybe any holiday makes that you are making. Oh, don't forget, if you are still here, tomorrow, the 31st, is the last day for entries into hashtag Amigurumi Wars. Any entries that I get after tomorrow will not count, guys. I need your photos in by the end of tomorrow. I then need to have a little bit of time to make any last community tab posts because you know I'm limited to only 5 pictures on a post, so it may go a little bit further than the end of October, but that's okay because I want to make sure that everybody's makes gets showcased. And I also need a little bit of time to tot up everyone's points and get them over to Anita so that she has got everyone's points for this month. And the winner for Amigurumi Wars for my month, there will be a bonus video on the weekend letting you know which person won the £25 PayPal from me. So there will be a little bit of a delay, but it will be worth it because one of you luckies that have entered into Amigurumi Wars will be winning a little bit of cash from Manfa to maybe, I don't know, buy yourself a pattern book or get yourself some yarn or whatever it is that you need. Put it towards Christmas. I really don't mind whatever you need that money for, but that will be a bonus weekend video, okay? It's not going to be during the week. It is going to be a weekend video, but there will be a winner's video for you. Anyway, I need to get going. I have got more videos to film. I am going to be batch recording, so most of the videos you are going to see this week, I am going to be dressed the same because I've got a day off and I am filming all the videos back to back to make sure that you get your content while I'm busy at work and doing other things during the week. So guys, until I see you tomorrow, what have you got to watch tomorrow? You've got a yarn haul to watch tomorrow, so make sure you come back. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love ya.